Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily English Dose. If you're watching this video, you probably want to improve your English speaking skills. Maybe you've just started, or perhaps you've been learning for a long time but still can't speak as you wish. Do you know one of the biggest challenges? Not being able to find a speaking partner for practice. The grammar rules we learned at school or hours of listening to English podcasts rarely improve our speaking alone. You actually have to speak. But what if you're alone? That's exactly where a special method I'm going to introduce to you today comes in. With this method, you can radically change your English speaking ability without needing any speaking partner. If you're ready, let's discover this secret method. Most of us know the rule. You have to speak to learn a language. This is a good starting point. But how will you speak? Just putting words together won't give you fluency. When you speak, you need to use correct sentence structures, pronounce words accurately, and most importantly, be able to express your thoughts effectively. A common misconception is that finishing grammar books or just listening will make you fluent. However, speaking fluently is an active process that requires continuous guided practice. The method we'll focus on today will allow you to do this guided practice on your own. I call this technique shadowing. But what I'm talking about isn't just repeating what you hear like a parrot. This is a much more active and transformative method. The basic principle is this. You will listen to an English material, a dialogue, a story, or a speech, and then try to reproduce the same content in your own words or as you understand it. The goal is to improve your pronunciation, intonation, sentence-building skills, and most importantly, your ability to organize and express ideas. Now, let's do a small example of how this technique works. Let's say you hear a sentence in English like this. I love learning English with Daily English Dose. Daily English Dose ili İngilizce öğrenmeyi seviyorum. Simple shadowing would just be repeating this sentence. But with my method, you try to rephrase it in your own words, like, I enjoy learning English, especially on this channel, or I find pleasure in learning English. So it's about grasping the meaning and creating your own expression. This forces your brain not just to imitate, but also to think and produce. There are a few different approaches to practicing the shadowing technique, and you can adjust them according to their difficulty level. 1. Start with small chunks, easy level. Listen to an English audio. When you hear a short sentence or phrase, pause the audio and try to say that sentence or phrase in your own words. This helps your brain stop translating instantly and guides it towards thinking in English. For example, if a speaker says, I went to the store to buy some groceries, you might rephrase it as, he went to the market, he bought groceries. 2. Focus on ideas. Intermediate level. Listen until the speaker completes a main idea or a section. Then pause and try to express that idea or section in your own words. This helps you work on more complex sentence structures and connected ideas. For instance, if you hear, the city traffic was so heavy that I decided to walk instead of taking a bus, you might say, because of the traffic, he walked. He didn't take the bus. 3. Retell the entire speech. Hard level. Listen to an entire short story, a news segment, or a video clip from beginning to end. Then pause the audio or video and try to summarize or retell everything you heard, including main points and details, entirely in your own words. This challenges your memory, vocabulary, and spontaneous speaking skills to the highest degree. My recommendation is to combine these approaches using the easy-to-hard shadowing method. Think of it like a physical workout. Start with simple movements, then move on to more complex ones, gradually improving yourself. This allows learners of all levels to challenge themselves and make progress. This simple but very powerful technique offers you many benefits. Correct pronunciation and intonation. By listening to and imitating native English speakers, you learn how to pronounce words and sentences just like them. It's much more than just reading a text. You internalize the music, stress, and rhythm of the language. Accurate sentence construction. You unconsciously absorb sentence patterns and grammar through implicit learning. Instead of memorizing grammar rules, you start forming correct sentences naturally. This is how babies learn their native language. Your brain automatically recognizes and absorbs grammar patterns within context. You won't think, why is the present perfect used here? You'll just express it correctly. This relieves the stress of memorizing grammar rules and makes the language feel like a more natural part of you. Expanded vocabulary. As you hear idioms, expressions, and common language patterns used in daily conversations, you learn and use them. This offers you the opportunity to learn words in context rather than just memorizing them. For example, when you hear an expression and use it in your own sentences, you don't just learn the word, you understand how it's used. Greater fluency and spontaneity. Your ability to instantly translate your thoughts into English improves. This reduces pauses when speaking and helps you become more fluent. Your brain automates the process of thinking and forming sentences, which gives you a big advantage in real-time conversations. Effective expression of ideas. Most importantly, this technique allows you to develop your ability to express your ideas and thoughts clearly and effectively in English. This is the key to real-life communication. It helps you overcome fear and hesitation. Now, let's talk about how you can incorporate this effective technique into your daily routine. Material selection. Initially, choose materials that interest you, are slightly challenging, but not completely incomprehensible. A favorite YouTube channel, short news videos, inspiring speeches, or podcasts can be great. Short sessions. You don't need to dedicate long hours every day. Even just 10-15 minutes of regular practice daily is much more effective than irregular but long sessions. You can do it while having breakfast, commuting to work, or even during a short break. Stay focused. Be an active listener while practicing. Don't just hear the words. Try to understand them and pay attention to how they're used. Record yourself. Recording yourself while shadowing with your phone is a great way to evaluate your pronunciation and fluency. Listening to yourself helps you understand where you need to improve. So, that was the shadowing technique for improving your English speaking skills on your own. Remember, consistency is key. You can make incredible progress by dedicating just 10-15 minutes every day. Here's a tip to get started. Start today. Pick a video from this channel and shadow it right after watching. Just one video a day can make a difference. You'll be amazed by your progress in just a week. As your ear gets used to it and you gain confidence, you can move on to more complex materials. What information in this video was most beneficial to you? I'm genuinely curious. You can share your own opinion or experience in the comments. If you found this information valuable, leave a like. It helps others benefit too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can learn something new every day by joining our Daily English Dose channel. Remember, consistent listening, confident speaking.